What's up, family? You know what it is. I'm gonna spare the introduction. Just a quick impromptu video out here in nature. As you can see, water behind me there. Y'all get out in nature. Get out in nature, y'all. Get out in nature and get some air, man. Connect with the earth. Anyway, so I got a download the other morning that I want to share with you guys, and let me see if I can get some good lighting here. That might be better. Download I had about the Apostle Paul the other morning. Old Dark 30, that's when you tend to get your downloads. Yeah, Apostle Paul. What about the Apostle Paul? The download that I got was that Paul was, we all know he was a preacher, right? But Paul was not a religious man. Paul was actually more spiritual and political, if you will, than he was religious. In fact, Paul, like the master, the ascended master he was following, the man, the legend, the one that the world calls Jesus Christ. We know that wasn't his name. Some go by Yeshua, some go by Yahshua, some go by Yashia, some go by Yahushai. However you want to pronounce it. None of us out here speaks Paleo Hebrew, so we don't know what the original vibration was. But anyway, we'll say Yashia on this one, whatever. We're just gonna say the man the world calls Christ. Let me go with Messiah, because that's typically what I do. This is all unedited, y'all, by the way. So I don't even know why I'm doing all of these, different trying to names. I ain't trying to cater to nobody today. I'm not in that type of energy. But anyway, Paul, like the Messiah before him, which Paul didn't know the Messiah himself. They didn't roll together. They weren't boys. Paul wasn't a disciple, all right? Paul was killed by the religious establishment. So he was not a religious man. If he were a religious man, he probably would have lived to a ripe old age and been, taking money just like everybody else, because that's what they doing. If this rubs somebody the wrong way, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna let the passers-by go by. Anyway, so Paul was not a religious man, but the irony here is that Paul's teachings were religionized or religiousized, or however you want to say it. So Paul has this series of letters that are captured in the New Testament. In fact, a very good portion of the New Testament are Paul's letters to these different churches or church establishment or camps or whatever they were in the times of antiquity. We don't know that they were, called churches then, but I personally feel like church is a modern creation. I don't think these were called churches then. I think these people got together somewhere, and the term church probably derived from that. But I'm not sitting in front of my computer. I don't have any notes in front of me. I'm out here in nature. And so anyway, the irony is that Paul was not a religious man from the standpoint that we know it today, because he was, killed by the religious establishment, just like the Messiah before him. I tell people all the time, the Messiah was not a religious man. He was a spiritual master, okay? So what Paul was doing was, Paul was basically opining in writing and opining in his speech. Did Paul know scripture? Yes, he did. Paul cited scripture in a lot of his letters. But I've always said the scriptures are not religious, okay? They're spiritual. These are spiritual concepts. They're the history of a certain people, and then spiritual teaching, spiritual concepts. That sun's getting bright. So let me switch this up a little bit, go this way. Or maybe, let me see. Maybe I'll just do it like this so I got some sunlight on my face, yeah. Yeah, the scriptures are spiritual teachings. They're spiritual concepts, spiritual principles, but the establishment took them and turned them into religion, just like they did with Paul's writings. So that's just something I wanted to share briefly. I could probably go in depth in another video, but I'm just kind of out here in nature chilling. So just random thoughts out here, again, off a download I got. So the question is, why was this man darn near deified? He's almost treated like a deity when He was a man giving his opinion based on what he was seeing and continuing the work of trying to free the minds of a lot of the people in the regions where he traveled. So he traveled through these different regions and he continued the work that the Messiah and his original disciples were doing, trying to free the minds. When you free the mind, the body follows. And I say this all the time, religion, as presented, places shackles upon your mind. And when you got shackles on your mind, you never reach your full spiritual potential. They tend to mix religion and spirituality, and the two mostly don't mix. The two mostly don't mix. Religion binds, spirituality frees. How do we know? We come here from the spirit realm, okay? We don't come here religious. If we came here religious, everybody would be the same religion. I'm just saying, everybody's not the same religion, but everybody is spirit. So those are just some random thoughts I have with you guys. You got some thoughts, comments, leave them in the comment section below. Y'all get out in nature, try to get some fresh air, connect with the earth, and you know, just ground your body out, all right? As I'll end this video like I do all of them, tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You show it. Love is a verb. It's a noun too, but the verb is a lot more important. If you focus on the verb, the noun always takes care of itself. Peace, family.